Imagine a peaceful day, suddenly disrupted by the ominous shadow of an alien spaceship. It was an event that would forever change the course of human history. A day that started like any other, with people going about their daily lives, blissfully unaware that they were not alone in the universe. Then, as if from nowhere, the sky was filled with the enormous silhouette of an alien craft, dwarfing our tallest buildings and casting a chilling shadow over our world. First contact. It's a concept that has intrigued, excited, and terrified us in equal measure. From the earliest days of science fiction, we've pondered what it might be like to meet beings from another world. Would they be friendly explorers, seeking to share knowledge and forge alliances? Or would they be conquerors, intent on subjugating us and claiming our planet for their own? The answer, it turned out, was far from what we'd hoped. These visitors from the stars weren't here to make friends. They were hostile, their intentions nefarious. We found ourselves facing a threat like none we had ever encountered, a force that sought to wipe us from existence. Suddenly, humanity was thrust into a battle for survival. Nations that had once been divided found themselves uniting against a common enemy. Scientists, soldiers, and civilians alike had to adapt, to think on their feet, to harness every resource at our disposal. We were outmatched, but not outwitted. We were underdogs, but we were determined. Despite the fear and uncertainty, there was a surprising sense of resolve, a spirit of defiance that echoed through every city, every home, every heart. We would not go quietly into the night. We would not surrender without a fight. We were Earth's last hope, and we were ready to defend our home, come what may. And thus, a seemingly regular day turned into the beginning of an interstellar war, a war that would test our courage, our ingenuity, our very will to survive. A war that was only just beginning, but that's a story for another time. For now, let's go back to that fateful day, to the first contact, to the moment that changed everything. The first major confrontation happened in the heart of our civilization, New York City. As the epicenter of human culture and progress, it was only fitting that the city that never sleeps became the stage of humanity's first stand against the unknown. The alien invaders descended upon the city like a storm, their technology far advanced and their intent unfathomable. But they hadn't counted on the resilience of the human spirit. The city's inhabitants, instead of cowering in fear, rose to the challenge, turning the city's skyscrapers and subways into fortresses and labyrinths of resistance. The battle was intense and chaotic. The alien invaders, with their superior firepower and seemingly impenetrable armor, seemed unstoppable. But the humans, leveraging their knowledge of the city's layout and their ability to improvise, managed to turn the tide. They set traps, used guerrilla tactics, and exploited every inch of their home turf to their advantage. The New York Police Department and the National Guard played a crucial role in coordinating the resistance. They used their training and discipline to organize the city's inhabitants, leading them in a united front against the invaders. The city's diverse population also played a key role, with people from all walks of life and backgrounds coming together to defend their home. The battle raged on for days, the city's iconic skyline becoming a canvas of fire and smoke. But amid the destruction and despair, there were also stories of heroism and sacrifice. New Yorkers, in the face of an unprecedented threat, showed the world what it means to be human, the capacity to hope, to fight, and to endure. The outcome of the battle, however, was not in humanity's favor. The alien invaders, despite suffering heavy losses, managed to establish a foothold in the city. Yet the human resistance had made its mark. They had shown the invaders and the world that humanity would not go down without a fight. Despite the loss and devastation, humanity held its ground. They had lost the battle, but the war was far from over. The Battle of New York was just the beginning. Despite the victory in New York, the alien forces were relentless. This was the grim reality that dawned on humanity as their eyes turned towards London. Despite the courage and resilience shown in New York, the invaders were not deterred. London, the heart of a former empire, a city that had withstood the test of time, came under the shadow of an unprecedented threat. The alien forces, equipped with superior technology that outmatched our own, began their invasion. Their weapons, powered by a form of energy unknown to mankind, wreaked havoc across the city. Historical landmarks that had stood proud for centuries, symbols of human achievement and perseverance, crumbled under the onslaught. The Tower of London, the London Eye, the iconic Big Ben, all fell silent under the invaders' devastating might. The city's downfall was not for want of resistance. London's defenders fought bravely, their spirits unbroken despite the odds. Yet, every counterattack was met with a force so powerful it was as if they were fighting the tides. The aliens' technology was not just superior, it was otherworldly, and it brought London to its knees. The city's defenses were decimated. Its people, once bustling about their daily lives, were now fleeing in terror. The skies, usually filled with the hum of life, echoed with the sound of alien warships. The River Thames, the lifeblood of the city, reflected the eerie glow of the invaders' energy weapons. Despite the chaos, there was a certain tragic beauty to it all. The resilience of the human spirit was on display as people banded together, helping each other amidst the rubble and ruin. It was a testament to our innate ability to hope and persevere, even in the face of insurmountable odds. But hope and courage were not enough to turn the tide. London fell, marking a major setback in the human resistance. The fall of London was not just a loss of a city, it was a blow to humanity's morale, a stark reminder that the battle against the invaders was far from over. But it also marked a turning point, a catalyst for the human resistance to rally and fight back with newfound determination. In the face of despair, humanity found hope in unity. This was a moment where our planet, so often divided by borders and beliefs, truly became one. It was not a matter of national pride, but a fight for our collective survival. And so the world's military forces, intelligence agencies, and scientific communities came together in an unprecedented global coalition. A plan for a counterstrike was quickly hatched. It wasn't about brute force. Our alien adversaries had shown their might was well beyond our own. No, this was a plan hinged on cunning, on strategy, and on the indomitable human spirit. In the heart of this operation was the Global Defense Initiative, or GDI. This was a melting pot of the brightest minds and the bravest soldiers from every corner of the globe. They were tasked with a singular mission: to devise a strategy that would turn the tide of this extraterrestrial war. The GDI was quick to understand that our enemy's greatest strength could be their greatest weakness. The aliens, so advanced and so alien, had underestimated the tenacity and resourcefulness of the human race. The strategy was twofold. First, a series of feint attacks to draw the alien forces out, to spread them thin across the globe. These were high-risk, high-reward missions, carried out by brave men and women who knew the odds were stacked against them. Second, a concentrated assault on the alien mothership. This was the linchpin of the plan. The mothership was the hub of the alien forces, their command center, their heart. The GDI believed that if they could strike it down, the rest of the alien forces would crumble. The plan was daring, audacious, and it was humanity's best shot at survival. It was a testament to the human spirit, to our capacity to adapt, to innovate, and to unite in the face of a common enemy. With newfound resolve, humanity was ready to fight back. The Pacific Ocean was the stage for humanity's counterstrike. As the sun rose over the horizon, the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean became a battleground. The human forces, beaten but not broken, had been devising a strategic plan to turn the tide against the otherworldly invaders. Utilizing the Pacific's vastness, they plotted an ambitious naval and aerial assault, the likes of which the world had never seen. The human forces' plan was as audacious as it was necessary. It hinged on the element of surprise, a daring blitzkrieg that would catch the alien forces off guard. The alien invaders had shown a weakness for underestimating the human will to survive, and our brave men and women in uniform were ready to exploit this to the fullest. And so, the Battle of the Pacific commenced. Stealth submarines, the silent killers of the deep, spearheaded the attack. Emerging from the ocean's depths, they unleashed a volley of torpedoes, creating chaos and confusion among the alien ranks. Meanwhile, fighter jets roared overhead, dropping payloads and providing cover for the ships that followed. The alien forces, caught off guard, scrambled to respond. Their advanced technology, so formidable on land, seemed less effective in the face of humanity's desperate determination. The humans fought with everything they had: courage, grit, and an unyielding resolve to protect their home. Despite the odds, the human forces began to gain the upper hand. Their plan, as daring as it was working. Ships that had been silent for so long now roared to life, their cannons and missile systems laying down a barrage that drove the alien forces back. And then, the turning point. A well-placed shot found its mark, and the alien mothership was hit. As it spiraled down into the ocean, a cheer rose from the human ranks. They had done it. They had held their ground, defended their home, and struck a significant blow against the invaders. The tides of war began to turn. With a pivotal victory at the Pacific, humanity gained the upper hand. The Battle of the Pacific was a turning point for humanity, a moment where the tide of war began to shift in our favor. The aftermath was a sight to behold. Smoldering ruins of alien vessels littered the waters, testament to our resilience and determination. The echoes of our victory reverberated around the world, instilling newfound hope and courage in the hearts of millions. But how did we turn the tide against such formidable foes? The key lay not just in our weapons or technology, but in the strategic genius of our leaders and the indomitable spirit of our soldiers. Their cunning and bravery were the twin pillars upon which our success was built. Our leaders devised a strategy that capitalized on our understanding of the aliens' tactics. We knew they relied heavily on their superior technology, so we turned their strength into a weakness. We used their predictability against them, setting traps and ambushes that caught them off guard. The soldiers, our brave men and women, executed these strategies flawlessly. Their courage was remarkable. Despite facing an enemy of unparalleled might, they stood their ground. They fought with everything they had, pushing back against the alien onslaught with a determination that was nothing short of awe-inspiring. Our tactics evolved. We learned to adapt, to improvise. We became unpredictable, a quality that gave us the edge in this interstellar conflict. We were no longer just surviving. We were fighting back, pushing the invaders back, reclaiming our world one battle at a time. The turning point was not just a physical victory, but a psychological one as well. It demonstrated to everyone, human and alien alike, that we were not a species to be trifled with. We would not go quietly into the night. We would not surrender without a fight. And so, with the remnants of the alien fleet sinking beneath the Pacific's waves, we found ourselves in a position we had not dared to dream of when this war began. We had momentum. We had hope. And most importantly, we had a plan. Finally, victory was within our grasp. The stage was set for the final confrontation. In the heart of the battle, the brave warriors of humanity stood tall, their spirits unbroken, their resolve ironclad. The final showdown was upon us, a decisive clash that would determine the fate of our world. The human forces, though battered and bruised, were not defeated. Their strategies were honed by previous encounters, their tactics sharpened by the fires of adversity. Their plan was daring, audacious, and it was their only shot at reclaiming what was rightfully theirs. The leaders of the human forces, men and women of unyielding courage, made their moves with precision and resolve. They launched a two-pronged attack, a pincer movement designed to distract and disorient the alien forces. The Air Force swooped down from the skies, their aircrafts roaring like thunder, unleashing a barrage of firepower upon the alien stronghold. At the same time, the ground forces advanced, their steps steady and purposeful, their eyes aflame with determination. The battle raged on, a tempest of chaos and destruction, but amidst the storm, the human forces held their ground. They fought with everything they had, their every action resonating with the spirit of defiance. Then, the tide of the battle began to turn. The alien forces faltered under the relentless onslaught, their defenses crumbling under the weight of human resilience. The human forces pressed their advantage, pushing back against the alien invaders with renewed vigor. The decisive moment came with a sudden, earth-shattering blast. The humans had infiltrated the alien command center, crippling their leadership and sowing confusion in their ranks. The alien forces were left leaderless, their chain of command shattered. In the ensuing chaos, the human forces seized their chance. They rallied and launched a final, devastating blow, breaking the back of the alien forces and sending them into a disarrayed retreat. With a resounding victory, humanity reclaimed its home. The final battle was over, the alien invaders defeated. The humans, though battered and weary, stood victorious. Their world was once again their own, a testament to their indomitable spirit and unyielding resolve. In the wake of the final battle, humanity stood victorious but scarred. The echoes of the conflict slowly faded, replaced by the harmonious hum of reconstruction. Cities that had fallen under the alien onslaught were now rising from their ashes, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human race. The world had changed drastically, as if time had leapt forward, leaving behind a landscape that bore the marks of a war that had tested the very fabric of our existence. Yet, in the midst of the rubble and ruins, life was beginning to bloom again. People were returning to their homes, or what was left of them, their hearts heavy with loss, but aflame with a newfound determination. A sense of unity, of shared triumph and shared suffering bound them together like never before. The war had been a crucible, forging a bond among humanity that transcended borders, cultures, and languages. The aftermath was not just about rebuilding bricks and mortar, but also about healing the wounds that ran deeper than the physical, the emotional, the psychological. In the rebuilding process, humanity found itself in the midst of a renaissance. Innovations born out of necessity during the war were now being repurposed for peaceful means. Technologies that had once been wielded as weapons were now tools of progress. The lessons learned were invaluable. We understood, perhaps for the first time, how fragile our existence was and how precious. We had stared into the abyss and made it blink first. We had learned the true meaning of resilience, of survival. The aftermath, in its own paradoxical way, was a time of hope. We had faced an enemy from the stars and emerged victorious. We had been pushed to the brink, and yet we persevered. We learned that we were stronger than we ever believed possible. In the face of adversity, humanity proved its resilience. We stood tall amidst the ruins, our spirits unbroken, our resolve unshaken. The aftermath was not just a time of rebuilding, but also a time of rebirth. It was a testament to the strength of the human spirit, to our ability to endure and our capacity to rise, stronger and brighter, from the ashes of destruction. Looking back, the human-alien war was a testament to our survival instinct. This colossal conflict, which spanned continents and galaxies, shook the very foundations of our existence. Yet it was also a testament to our resilience, our ability to adapt and evolve in the face of the unknown. In the shadow of the extraterrestrial threat, we discovered a unity we had never known before. It was as if the war had stripped away our differences, our petty squabbles, to reveal a core of shared humanity. We were no longer divided by nationality, race, or creed. We were simply humans, standing shoulder to shoulder, fighting for our survival. We witnessed feats of bravery that transcended the ordinary, everyday acts of courage that became the lifeblood of our resistance. Ordinary men and women stepping into the extraordinary, putting their lives on the line for the sake of their fellow humans. These heroes, these ordinary people, became the beacon of hope in our darkest hour. But it was not just about survival, it was also about growth. We grew as a species, as a society. We learned to harness new technologies, to push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. We evolved, not just biologically, but also culturally and socially. The war forced us to look beyond our planet, to consider our place in the universe. It made us realize that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger cosmic tapestry. And now, as we stand on the brink of a new era, we look forward with hope. A hope for a future where we can coexist peacefully with other species, where we can learn from each other and grow together. A future where we are no longer defined by our conflicts, but by our ability to overcome them. In the end, it was not about winning or losing, but about surviving and growing. This war, this crucible of fire and blood, has forged us into a stronger, wiser species, and for that, we can be grateful. The battles between humans and aliens might be a figment of our imagination, but the lessons they provide are real. As we journey through the cosmos in our minds, we're reminded of the remarkable stories we've shared today. From the first contact to the final battle, each chapter offers a unique perspective on what it means to be human. These narratives aren't just about extraterrestrial encounters, they're about us, about our unity, resilience, and survival. Think back to the Battle of New York, where humanity's unity was put to the test. Despite the chaos and uncertainty, people banded together, proving that unity isn't just a concept, but a force to be reckoned with. It's a testament to our collective strength, showing that when we stand together, we can face any challenge, even those from beyond our world. Then, there was the fall of London, a sobering reminder of our resilience. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, we persevered. We adapted, we learned, and we fought back. That is the essence of resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger, no matter the adversity. And who could forget the turning point and the final battle? These were gripping tales of our survival instinct. Against a formidable alien force, we didn't just survive, we thrived. We turned the tide, we fought for our home, and we emerged victorious. The aftermath and the reflections, these were moments to contemplate the cost of our victory and the lessons learned. They underscored the value of peace, the importance of unity, and the power of resilience. In the end, these stories don't just take us on a thrilling ride through space battles, they make us reflect on our own humanity. They remind us that we're capable of great things when we're united, resilient, and determined to survive. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown.